Yes, I love this story. So this was at Johns Hopkins University. This is like when Jarrett just had gotten his trach out. So he was around 5 years old. He still had a feeding tube. He didn't eat by mouth at all. So he had a lot of oral aversion and had gone through lots of therapy, and we weren't getting anywhere. And because he wasn't eating by mouth, he wasn't speaking either. And that's very typical if you don't use those muscles. So we got him into a program. It took us a year to get into this program at Johns Hopkins. It was a special program for feeding and all of this. And so we were in this program, and they had done brain scans to just make sure there wasn't a reason that Jarrett couldn't eat physically because of his brain. And I was standing at Johns Hopkins with this neurologist who had never met Jarrett before. He only could see his brain. And so his scan is up on the wall. Jarrett is standing next to me, and the doctor is pointing at different things in Jarrett's brain, saying, "This is why your son can't walk. This is, telling me all these different things about Jarrett's brain." And then Jarrett just started hopping up and down right next to me. And the doctor looked at him and said, "This isn't your son, right? This is someone else's child that's with you." And I just laughed. I said, "No, sir." I said, this right here, this is Jarrett." And his jaw just dropped. And he said, "That cannot be Jarrett because this kid can't walk. This child cannot walk. This is the part of his brain that says he can't walk." And I'm like, "No, this is Jarrett, and he can walk and he can run." And he was just astounded. And it was so funny because a social worker was nearby, and she said, "This is such a great testament to how great of parents you guys are." And I just laughed. I said, "No, ma'am, this is God. Nothing to do with us. This is God." And the neurologist said, "This is definitely God. There is no other explanation." And he said, "Can I take his scans and show my colleagues?" I'm like, "You bet." Tell it. Tell the story.